welcome to Kazzalistic. This week's just going to be another show and tell video. Haven't actually got any work in progress at the moment because I've just finished one, so I'm just going to show you the things that I've been working on recently and some of my older projects, some of which will be Christmas presents, but those people aren't watching the channel, thankfully. So yeah, first of all, I finished this week. It's origami sun. It is stuffed in the middle but not on the outside edges. This is a Jada and Stitches pattern. I'll put the link in the description box. Jada's got a YouTube channel, and she does sell the written patterns as well. Some patterns she has free. This one I think you have to pay for, but I did it from her actual channel tutorial. She's very, very clear, so if you haven't ever checked her out, do it. She does primarily do origami, but she does do things like blankets and hats and scarves and stuff as well, so go and check her out. She's very quirky, she's brilliant, happy-go-lucky, lovely lady to watch, so I highly recommend her. So yep, this is one of my finished projects this week. This will be for somebody, but I'm not telling you who. My second project, I actually made 3 pairs of these, but I've only got 2 pairs of them with me, and they're gauntlets. Again, this is one of Jada's Jada and Stitches patterns. These are for a little 4-year-old that's in my life. She'll be getting these for Christmas so she can play, because she whatever I make for either myself or anyone else, she has a little thing for, wants it too. So when she saw me making some for myself and for another friend, she, as 4-year-olds do, demanded some. So I have made these. I made them a little bit big because obviously she's growing so fast, 4-year-old, you know, before they know it, they're a teenager. So she wanted rainbow. She's into everything that is rainbows, pink and butterflies and frozen, like most kids are. So I've done rainbow and obviously pink, as you can see. I don't really need to explain that. And the ones for myself, I've done the blue colour, sort of more of a rainbow effect. The reason I made these was because obviously they cover your knuckles, and I thought it leaves me enough freedom to actually still crochet. So that's those. I did make another pair for a friend that were kind of the next size up. Again, that's a Jada and Stitches tutorial. So I will put the links for the description in the box down below. This is another origami. I primarily don't do origami, but I went through a little phase of doing it. I love doing Afghans, is my thing. That's what got me going on crochet. The first project I did was an Afghan, and if you guys would like to see that Afghan, please comment down below, and I will feature that in my next video. But I go through little phases doing origami just because they're smaller projects. I find them quicker to do. Afghans can take weeks, sometimes months, depending on how often you're working on them. And I've done 3 Afghans straight off the back of each other, and I'm working on a 4th one. And the 4th one I've kind of ground to a halt because I just got bored, to be honest. I have quite a low attention span, so this is something I've done in the meantime. Obviously with Christmas around the corner, I've kind of been aware that I need to start making gifts. This is what I've made. Now this particular 4-year-old that has been mentioned, like many little girls and like I did when I was a kid, love My Little Pony. Unfortunately they're really expensive, so Jada and Stitches again, and I'll put the link down in the description for this one. You can buy the pattern for this on her Etsy shop, I know. This was one of her tutorials. It's a 3-part tutorial. It is a bit of a labour of love For me, it was the mane that really dragged on, and I kind of got despondent with the mane, but I did manage to finish it eventually. But it's a pink sparkly wool which I actually picked up from the local Poundland shop. I can't remember the name of it. It was just a very cheap wool, but it had little, I don't know if it will come up on camera, but there's little sparkly bits in it. The wools that I use, and it's Mariner wool. It's double knit. I'm not sure what that relates to in the US. I think it's a worsted weight 4 maybe. I'm not quite sure what the translation is. I'm still kind of figuring out, because you have a lot of red heart in America, and we don't really have that here. So that's the main bulk of the wool, apart from the pink, dark pink bits. Are all the same wool, obviously, just in different colours. So yeah, main body I've done pale pink, because she's pink mad. She loves butterflies, so I've done, I don't know if there's a pony with butterfly, and I imagine there probably is, but I've put a butterfly on both sides on the bottom, done a pink tail, and then because she loves rainbows so much, I've done a rainbow mane. You can make these without the horn. I decided to do it with the horn just because I think it balanced out the pink. Me probably being a little bit anal, probably. For a first go, I'm actually quite pleased with this. It's sort of my first, what I would call, relatively big toy that I've made. So I'm hoping she's going to appreciate it. You never know with 4-year-olds, because you know, Christmas time, they unwrap things and chuck it one side. I'm hoping she doesn't do that, but hey, you never know. So I'll have to let you know near Christmas time how it goes down. So that's that one. The last thing that I've got to show you, you would have actually seen in my last video because I was wearing it. This has been one of my more recent projects, and that's this jumper. This is actually a, I've got to remember the name of the channel, Bob Wilson 123. I will put a link down in the description. This is one of her tutorials. It's a red heart pattern. I didn't use red heart wool. I've used the Mariner wool, but and I've used double knit. And this is the first jumper I've ever attempted to make ever. I've never knitted any jumpers or anything either, so this was a really big deal for me. This is particularly special, not just because it's my first one and it fits, but also the batch of wool that this came from. I made an Afghan at the beginning of the year, which was red and cream granny squares. I'll insert a picture of it for you to see at the end of the video. And that particular Afghan I made for a friend who was terminally ill and was in a hospice. In fact, because his diagnosis for terminal was very quick, and he was only given for 4 months from the time it was definitely confirmed it was terminal, he actually went down in the space of 2 months. So I really didn't have very long to do it at all. I'd started it in the December, before we knew how short a time he'd got. He had a brain tumour, and it was right at the base of his spine, and he also, base of his head, sorry, and he also had it in his spine. And it was a very aggressive, rare form of cancer. So despite having treatment, it obviously didn't, it failed, and it just bought him time in the end. But the Afghan, I managed to post it to the hospice, and he got it, and he had it on his bed for about, I think, 3 or 4 weeks before he passed away. Funnily enough, I had a really good friend who managed to take me down to London to see him, so I actually got to see him with the Afghan on his bed the day after it had arrived, which I hadn't expected to happen, but that's just the way things panned out. So it was very extra special, and the leftover wool that I had from that Afghan is what I've made with this jumper. So it's doubly special because it reminds me of him, and of course it's my first successful jumper, so it's very, very special. I will put an actual picture of this on because it's really kind of hard to sort of show properly on camera, but I'm chuffed a bit. This week I've been working on my second jumper. The jumper I'm actually wearing is the jumper that I've been making in the last week. I finished it a couple of days ago. This is actually the first time I've worn it because I went out earlier and it was kind of hot but slightly windy, so I just needed something just to take the chill off. I actually ran out of the grey wool. I got to the point where I knew I was going to need a few more rows, and so I was umming and ahhing what to do, and I still had some black left. So I don't know if any of you ever have what I would call a happy accident, but yeah, I've put literally on the sleeves, I've done two black stripes, and I've also done it at the back. I don't know whether you can see that on camera, but two at the bottom of the jumper. And I actually think it's added something to it, so I'm actually really pleased with it. This is my second go. It actually fits a little bit better than my first go, but I guess it's one of those things, you know, practice makes perfect. So because I've just finished this, I've got no actual works in progress at the moment to show you. I'm having a bit of a debate with myself because I've got the jumper bug at the moment. I don't know if you guys ever get going on something and you just really enjoy it and you just want to make another one and another one and another one. But that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Now, I found some wool. I've got a craft shed that's at my mum's house, which I've had for a while, and it's got all different. So I don't just have wool in there. I've got jewellery making stuff, lace making stuff. I've got all sorts of things. A lot of card making stuff, a lot of magazines for different crafts, books and bits and pieces. If you guys are ever interested, I might perhaps do a video of that. If you'd be interested, let me know in the comments if that's something you would like to see. So I'm in an iron because I found some wool in the shed that is very super soft, and I'm really tempted to try and make a jumper, but it's very thin and fine, and I don't know if it's going to translate. I've only been crocheting since October last year, so I've still very much got my L plates on compared to a lot of you. However, I'm still kind of tempted to try, but I'm also very aware that it's almost the end of September and really I should be cracking on trying to make some Christmas presents. So yeah, I'm having this little fight with myself between what I want to do and what I know I should do. So watch this space. I shall probably put up on Instagram or Twitter or both what I decided to do. I will put the links for my Facebook page, my Twitter and my Instagram accounts down in the description box. So that's it. That's all I have to show and tell for this week. If you would like to see the other Afghans that I've made, that I've mentioned, I've made two others. I'll put the picture of my friend's Afghan, like I said, at the end of this video, so you'll see that in this video, because I physically don't have it. I would love to know what you think of my channel, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and very much what you'd like to see, because there's no point me doing these if I'm showing you things that you don't want to see. So let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you all. So before I go waffling on any longer, I just want to say thank you for watching, and until next time, happy crochet, stay true to yourself. Bye.